getting reports in that someone has stolen Sarah Palin's Social Security number, or perhaps not stolen it, but at least released it. The worry now is that some folks may try to use this to hurt or humiliate Sarah Palin further, and perhaps her family as well. All this happened to Fox News contributor and our friend here on this show, Michael Steele, when he was running for U.S. Senate back in 2006, and Michael joins us now by phone. Michael, are you hearing these same reports that Sarah Palin's Social Security number has now been released as part of some opposition research file that Alaska Democrats put together?
In fact, I have. I started hearing it late yesterday afternoon. A number of folks, friends of mine in the Democratic Party, interestingly enough, alerted me that this was a potential problem. They were beginning to see some signs that there was an effort underway to effectively smear and go after her in any way they could. And it was very reminiscent of what happened to me in 2006 when I was running for the U.S. Senate, and some operatives in Chuck Schumer's senatorial committee, which he headed at the time, went online, got my Social Security number for some court documents, and set up a phony account in which they downloaded my credit report from the 3 credit rating agencies to begin to look into my financial background. The young woman who ultimately pled guilty just was convicted 18 months for theft, for identity theft. Just finished and completed, I believe, her term for the court in public service, community service. So this is an orchestrated, it's part and parcel of what the Democratic Party, that at least in my experience, is capable of doing. It does not surprise me in the least that this is coming to light, and it just goes to show that Sarah Palin represents a real threat, just as I did to the infrastructure, if you will, in terms of her prowess and her ability to connect with voters. And so the thing is, hey, let's undermine her. Let's find out what's her credit history, who she pays her bills to, who she owes money to, and see what damage we can make with that. And it's appalling, absolutely appalling.
And Michael, in defense of the Democrats, of course, this is not all Democrats favor this or want this. This tends to be some extremists who really want to take politics to a level the American public does not want it, the general American public doesn't want to see it go to. Well, nonetheless, she's about to have her privacy violated in a way she never. I mean, once you've got somebody's Social Security number, you've got everything. You've got their addresses,
absolutely.
You've got their credit history, you know who they do business with. I mean, how much are we entitled to know about our politicians?
Well, obviously you're entitled to know enough to sort of get a sense of who they are, what their values are. But, what we're seeing right now makes it played out. And I was listening to you this morning and Bill, and I could tell even the frustration that this has gone beyond the pale. I mean, what they're trying to do to this woman is not American. It's not what our political system should be about, where you're trying to effectively, through whatever means necessary, destroy the credibility of an individual before America really even gets to know her. I mean, I'm looking at the headlines, babies, lies, and scandal in U.S. U.S. magazine, Us magazine, and then, of course, on the other side, why Barack loves her. I mean, what is that all about? I mean, the reality of it is this is a family woman who's committed to public service, who's raising her kids and doing the hard work. Both of those very well. And why is that a threat,
Are these people who are behind these smears, these attacks, and again, I'm not talking about the legitimate questions that people ask about any politician. I'm talking about things like this cover. Are they trying to bully her out of this race?
Well, that's a good point, Megan. I saw some email traffic among some Democrat operatives that effectively said, we want to get this thing to the point whereby a week from today, McCain is announcing that he's dropping her from the ticket. And I was stunned by that. And so, I'm alerting people, look, this is an orchestrated effort. It's coordinated to go after Sarah Palin, to bring her down, to make her look illegitimate in the job of vice president, illegitimate as the governor of her state, illegitimate as a candidate. And you can say whatever you want. Look, I've been in this game for 32 years. I've been up against this system. And I would say that you're right. Most Democrats, by and large, don't don't cotton to this type of thing, don't like it. But the political operatives within the DNC and a lot of their surrogate groups out there do have a strategy. It is coordinated and is right now in effect. And the media, I can't even begin to express my disgust with those who have piled onto this and have played right into this thing by going after her with these scurrilous headlines and innuendos without any substance to it.
Yeah, I tell you what, Michael, judging from the emails we received, the people don't want this. They want to hear a debate on the issues. They don't want to hear about this.
They really don't.
I got to leave it at that because they're wrapping me up in my ear, Michael. But thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you telling us your story and weighing in.
All right, now.
Michael Steele, all the best.
All right.